Let's set the scene. It's the mid-1980s. You're the CFO for a major cigarette company, and after another successful round of quarterly layoffs, you feature a yearly bonus. Before you meet up with your helicopter pilot to practice the old long drive and fire off a few yacht-bound water hazards, you've got some errands to run. You're tired of being ferried around the company emperor, the Comet won't fit the dry cleaning, and the Torero's in the shop for the third time this week. You make your way through the parking garage, looping keys around your finger as you ponder purchasing yet another sports team, until all of a sudden, there it appears. Like the beam of a lighthouse cutting through the foggy sea of mediocrity, your Vorschlaghammer awaits you. Nailed it. Benefactor may very well be the granddaddy of the automobile. The two share enough of a genetic makeup to rival the most secluded Blaine County trailer park. From its humble beginnings as a motorized couch for robber barons to a first car for nepo babies, the German mark of comfort and motorsport has always been there. And in the case of the Vorschlaghammer, Benefactor offered its clientele the option not to choose between the German standards of luxury and lunacy. Of course, that diamond-stamped grille and executive styling was more than enough to stand out from those blue-collar schmoes. But let's make one thing clear. This wasn't your everyday circle-jerking it to upper management type of Schafter. This was the burn your cash pile before the IRS finds it type of Schafter. And why might that be? Well, the Vorschlaghammer is a bit like taking a lavish cocktail and rimming the glass with fresh-cut cocaine. It started life as a respectable martini, with its lacquerwood paneling and needlessly excessive amount of electronics. Then it was dropped off at Benefactor's tuning shop of choice to be torn apart and built back together again, with its signature glossy deep dish 5-spokes and a bored-out 4-valve V8 bursting at its seams. Which brings us to the name. The Germans have always had this knack for pinning brutally simple names to abstract concepts. Ever ruin something in the effort of improving it? That's Verschlimmbesserung. That tingle of satisfaction you get from watching others fail? Schadenfreude. And anti-baby-pillen. Well, actually, that one sort of speaks for itself. Likewise, the Vorschlaghammer did exactly what it said on the tin. Raw acceleration that hits you like a sledge. To emphasize the obvious, this was a 4-door sedan that could just about keep pace with a Sentinel on the turns, and outrun a cheetah on the straightaway. If you could stomach the fact that a tuned Schafter was worth 1.5 regular Schafters, or a Torero with a year's worth of paid repair bills, this was the sleeper for you. And if you knew where to look, there was quite an aftermarket for the Vorschlaghammer as well. Any form of modification to such a rare specimen is nothing short of blasphemy. But the Schwarzer touring wing and a wide-body kit made this car look dangerous. The real crime is how few documented Vorschlaghammers are left in the midst of hundreds of wrecked drift cars and Schafter clones. You'd think of all companies, a German one would keep its paperwork in order, but just like their cars, everything was treated fast and loose. So go ahead, take the reins on this ultra-exclusive, ultra-executive piece in automotive history. Often replicated, but never duplicated, the Vorschlaghammer will still make heads turn, and then promptly ask if you're a drug dealer.